Alright, I'm going to step through each of the 18 moods in this sound set, the 7th of a set of 7 supporting the epic Chapter 6 of Strength of Thousands. I'm going to try and not say too much, and I'm going to try and avoid spoilers by just referring to things obliquely, but you'll get a bit of an idea how these 94 different elements in Syrinscape's amazing machine all are mixed, matched, and honed and balanced together by the machine that is Syrinscape to make your experience as a game master and player optimized, awesome, intense, and immersive. Here we have Moment of Peace. Beautiful. All these different elements mixing and matching together. If I go to the circle, you'll hear what change there is. Just the addition of the infested caverns drone makes things a little bit awkward. Then let's go ritual starts. Each of these moods obviously, usually in gameplay, spends ages playing as the sound gradually evolves. If you want to really demo this for yourself, grab a Pathfinder or Super Siren subscription to unlock complete access and try a trial without paying anything. Fantastic music work by Christian Coding, who did the sound design for this as well. Alright. First wave. I can't imagine what sort of monsters they are. So here you'll see 3 layers of the 5 of my music composition for this epic final battle. At the moment we're just hearing the strings alone. The other parts have started with brass and the drums so that they're now playing in sync but are turned down to 0. So when we want to make an interesting addition to strengthen the mood of this battle sequence, we can by selecting the second wave. And of course all our amazing sound effects are all running as well. Love it. Okay, let's go second wave. That'll turn up the brass, I believe, and trigger that lovely stinger that just you heard then. With the brass now it's building. I'm going to then go to third wave that'll add the drums in. Yes. Amazing. Then we have Unexpected Recovery without any spoilers, which returns us to that that forest mood, followed by Mind of the King. Now this track is a completely different music track. It's important to refresh the ear musically. And this track is by our wonderful friends at Erdenstern, who have also contributed to this adventure. This track goes for 270 seconds, 5 and a bit minutes before it loops. So I'm not going to play you 5 and a bit minutes of it now. Oh. But suffice to say that also progresses beautifully. Alright, back to my music. Each of these events in the sequence of battle has a more music mood, which basically turns down some of the creature sound effects and turns up the music. This time you can hear the lead guitar, and also some more drums have started. They're turned down. They're saving up till the final piece of action. So let's go battle of aspects of insects battle. Which turns up the brass, turns off that electric guitar. Oh, that's amazing. Let's go, more music. There's that brass. Once again, as a game master, you're just basically clicking through each of these in sequence. A bit of a change of mood now. Strings turn down, the drums are there a bit, but this lead guitar comes. Meanwhile, that brass is still playing along in the background. Here we go. So now we have those additional drums. Things are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then our more music version. Amazing! And then that will loop beautifully. Alright, 2 versions of the finale. One with just the music and one with this sequence. Ah, feel that mood change. Delightful. So there you go. There's Syrinscape's take on getting the music just right for this very important final sequence in Strength of Thousands. And that's typical of the way we approach sound design in general. Woo! If you've played Strength of Thousands all the way through to here, congratulations. It's an epic adventure, and we'll see you on the next one.